Let's understand the Assemble It Yourself Leprecondo and rate it for different styles of play. Open the Assemble It Yourself Leprecondo to get the usable Leprecondo. If you do not have a Leprechaun familiar already, once per account, using the Leprecondo will give you one 11-leaf clover and instructions to get yourself a leprechaun. If you have a leprechaun in your terrarium, using the Leprecondo will take you to your leprechaun's condominium, condo for short. The Leprecondo works even if you never take your leprechaun adventuring with you. Your leprechaun has a lovely 4-room condominium with balconies all to himself. He wants the furnishings in this condo to meet his 6 basic needs: sleep, food, booze, exercise, mental stimulation, and dumb entertainment. 4 rooms and 6 needs. How's that supposed to work? There are 27 different pieces of furniture for you to find around the kingdom, 15 of which can be used to meet 2 different needs. Once you find a piece of furniture, you never need to find it again. Furniture is available to you across ascensions. Each piece of furniture offers buffs or item drops in addition to fulfilling your leprechaun's basic needs. You can also receive any of the Leprecondo buffs by using a pocket wish. Furniture that satisfies 2 needs has a unique player benefit for each need. If you have multiple furniture items that satisfy a need, such as exercise, the furniture in the lower right takes priority, followed by the lower left, upper right, and the upper left as the lowest priority. Only one piece of furniture will ever be used to satisfy one of the leprechaun's needs. No doubling up on benefits. Your leprechaun tries to fulfill one of its needs every 5 adventures, starting on the first adventure. He will try to fulfill all 6 of his needs before starting over in the same order. The order changes every ascension, so you can only know the order of needs after spending 21 adventures in a given ascension, showing you 5 of the 6 needs. You can change the condo's furniture up to 3 times each day, so once you know the order, you can rearrange furniture to get the benefits you want at certain times. If one of the leprechaun's needs is not satisfied, he will complain after every combat until the next need comes around. Putting the Leprecondo in your closet will silence the complaints, but also remove all the potential benefits. The first piece of furniture you find each day will be found on your 6th adventure in an eligible zone. Free combats, losses, and runaways count. Finding additional furniture in a day takes more and more adventures per furniture item, up to 100 adventures or more. Patience is rewarded since the next day you can find furniture after only 5 combats again. The first 6 starter furniture items can be found in any zone, where you can also find oyster eggs on Oyster Egg Day, making them the easiest to get. The first 3 starter furniture items buff basic stats: muscle, mysticality, and moxie. Buckets of concrete satisfy the leprechaun's exercise need and give players 10 adventures of the buff Gym Bros for an additional muscle stat per combat and 20% muscle. The thrift store oil painting satisfies the leprechaun's mental stimulation need and gives players 10 adventures of the buff Well Stimulated for an additional mysticality stat per fight and 20% mysticality. Boxes of old comic books satisfy the leprechaun's dumb entertainment need and give players 10 adventures of the buff Wasting Time for an additional moxie stat per combat and 20% moxie. The next 2 starter furniture items give players food and booze respectively. The second-hand hot plate satisfies the leprechaun's food need and gives players 1 decent quality food item from the set: size 3 bean burrito, size 1 chorizo taco, size 2 plain pizza, size 3 spicy mushroom quesadilla, size 3 tofu casserole, or size 2 troll house cookie. The beer cooler satisfies the leprechaun's booze need and gives players 1 item from the set: the combat item Beer Bomb, size 1 decent quality bloody beer, size 3 crappy quality ice cold Fody, size 1 crappy quality ice cold Sir Schlitz, size 1 crappy quality ice cold Willer, size 1 decent quality overpriced imported beer, or size 1 crappy quality plain old beer. The ice cold booze given by the beer cooler helps improve scores in the PvP minigame Foreigner Reference. The final starter furniture item is the free mattress to satisfy the leprechaun's sleep need, which gives the player 10 adventures of the effect Good Night's Sleep for an additional 25% combat initiative. Starter furniture items are better than leaving condo rooms empty, but the benefits to gameplay are small. It is worthwhile to track down the remaining 21 furniture items to gain access to better effects and items. 6 additional furniture items also satisfy only 1 need, but improve significantly on the starter furniture. The first 3 single-purpose furniture items each give size 3 spleen items with unique effects. The high-end home workout system can be found in the Degrassi Knoll Gym. The high-end home workout system satisfies the leprechaun's exercise need and gives players a scoop of pre-workout powder. Use a scoop of pre-workout powder to gain one cast of the combat skill Punch Out Your Foe, which banishes an enemy for 20 adventures without costing an adventure and without a cooldown effect to prevent reuse. The Complete Classics library can be found in the Haunted Library. The Complete Classics library satisfies the Leprechaun's mental stimulation need and gives players a Leprechaun antidepressant pill. Use the Leprechaun antidepressant pill to get 40 adventures of the effect Ready for War to make monsters much more attracted to you, and add 50% each to weapon, spell, and ranged damage. Using the Leprechaun antidepressant pill also increases your score in the current PvP season's Jagged Little Pills minigame. The Ultimate Retro Game Console can be found in Megalo City behind the inexplicable door which appears when equipping the Continuum Transfunctioner accessory. The Ultimate Retro Game Console satisfies the Leprechaun's dumb entertainment need and gives players 1 Phosphor Traces. Use Phosphor Traces to gain 1 cast of the combat skill Create an Afterimage, which can be cast to fight a copy of the current monster immediately after you win the current combat. Losing the current combat uses up the skill cast without letting you fight a copy. The skill is not available when fighting monsters that can't be copied. Outside of standard restrictions, the size 2 spleen item Extravermectin, which creates 3 monster copies, is strictly superior to Phosphor Traces. Since few other items use spleen in standard, all of the Leprecondo spleen items may be useful during an ascension. The next 2 single-purpose furniture items give awesome quality food and booze, respectively. The Omnipot can be found in Cobb's Knob Laboratory. The Omnipot satisfies the Leprechaun's food need and gives players 1 awesome quality food item from the set, most of which are new to the game. Size 2 Heck Ramen, Size 2 Incredible Mini Pizza, Size 2 Savoy Truffle, Size 1 Small Beer Brat, Size 2 Tiny Burrito, Size 1 Tiny Peach Pie, or the Size 2 White Chocolate Chip Brownies. The fully stocked wet bar can be found in Hobopolis's Purple Light District. The fully stocked wet bar satisfies the Leprechaun's booze need and gives players 1 awesome quality booze item from the set, all of which are new to the game. Size 2 Divine Sidecar, Size 1 Gimlet Sidecar, Size 1 Montiki Sidecar, Size 1 Prussian Cathouse Sidecar, Size 2 Sangarita Sidecar, or the Size 2 Vodka Stratocaster Sidecar. Note that if you don't start the day with a lot of adventures from rollover, it's impossible to use the Omnipot and fully stocked wet bar as your only sources for food and booze in a day, since you can get at most 1 small food and booze item each from the Leprecondo for every 30 adventures spent. The final single-purpose furniture item is a 4-poster bed, which can be found in the Dreadsylvanian Castle. The 4-poster bed satisfies the Leprechaun's sleep need and gives players 20 adventures of the effect Spacious Night's Sleep for an additional 100% combat initiative and 10% each to muscle, mysticality, and moxie. The 15 remaining furniture items are all dual-purpose, giving you 5 additional options to meet each of the Leprechaun's needs. Let's review each furniture item by the needs it addresses. Sleep can be addressed by the padded weight bench found in the Degrassi Knoll garage, whiskey bed found in the ground or middle floor of the Castle in the Clouds in the Sky, fine upholstered dining table set found in the hidden apartment building, sensory deprivation tank found in the Marinara Trench in the sea, and couch and flat screen found in the Orcish frat house. The padded weight bench gives 10 adventures of the effect Tired Muscles to make monsters less attracted to you. The whiskey bed gives 10 adventures of the effect Moist Night's Sleep for an additional 50% combat initiative, so hot resistance, +2, and 10 cold damage. The fine upholstered dining table set gives 20 adventures of the effect Sur la Table to regenerate between 5 and 10 each of mana and hit points per adventure. The sensory deprivation tank gives 10 adventures of the effect Quiet Night's Sleep for an additional 50% combat initiative and regenerates between 5 and 10 mana points per adventure. The couch and flat screen gives 10 adventures of the effect Good Night's Sleep for an additional 25% combat initiative. Since the padded weight bench's Tired Muscles effect comes around on schedule, you may be able to route quest progress to take advantage of making monsters less attracted to you, though if you lose track, it may be applied at an inopportune time. Of the remaining furniture items, the whiskey beds and sensory deprivation tank's additional 50% combat initiative may be most useful to avoid taking damage in fights. Food can be addressed by the kegerator found in the Orcish frat house bombed back to the Stone Age after the hippies win the Mysterious Island War, sous vide laboratory found in the Haunted Kitchen, fine upholstered dining table set, already mentioned, cupcake treadmill found in the Madness Bakery, and fruit smashing robot found in the hippie camp on the verge of war before it begins. The Kegerator gives players 2 decent quality food items from the set: size 3 bean burrito, size 2 plain pizza, size 3 spicy mushroom quesadilla, size 3 tofu casserole, or size 2 Troll House cookies. You should almost never eat this food, since typical Council Quest adventuring gives a diet of good or better quality food, and once you defeat the naughty sorceress, epic quality options are readily available in the mall. The Sous Vide Laboratory and fine upholstered dining table set are both slightly better options since they each give good quality food. The Sous Vide Laboratory gives one from the set: size 3 Black Forest ham, size 2 fishy fish, size 3 ham steak, size 2 knob stir fry, size 2 knoll stir fry, or size 2 spooky stir fry. The fine upholstered dining table set gives one item from the set: size 4 boring spaghetti, size 3 delicious noodles, size 3 goat cheese pizza, size 3 sausage pizza, size 3 spicy bean burrito, or size 3 spicy noodles. Of the two, the fine upholstered dining table set is a little better because turtle tamers have a skill to get more adventures from pizza. The cupcake treadmill gives a size 1 good quality standard issue cupcake. The standard issue cupcake can be made into the awesome quality ultra deluxe cupcake when cooked with a cherry, and both cupcakes count towards the PvP minigame Biggest Fruit Cake. Finally, the fruit smashing robot gives 2 fruit from the set: cherry, cranberries, grapefruit, grapes, kiwi, kumquat, lemon, lime, orange, papaya, raspberry, strawberry, and tangerine. The fruit is too low quality to eat, but may help you craft mixed drinks or potions during an ascension. Booze can be addressed by the beer pong table from the Orcish Frat House, programmable blender from Cobsnob Kitchens, man cave sports bar set from a barroom brawl in the typical tavern, whiskey bed, or kegerator. The beer pong table gives 2 items from the same set as the beer cooler, but without the ice cold floaty and adding the size 1 good quality can of Swiller to the set. You will likely find better quality booze while adventuring and never need to use the beer pong table's offerings unless competing in the PvP minigame Foreigner reference. The programmable blender gives 1 size 3 good quality booze from the set: eggnog, extra spicy Bloody Mary, grog, or white lightning. Drinking extra spicy Bloody Marys improves scores for both the Really Bloody and That's a Spicy Tomato PvP minigames. The Man Cave Sports Bar set gives 1 booze from the set: size 1 good quality melted jello shot, size 1 good quality shot of blackberry schnapps, size 2 awesome quality shot of Nepenthe schnapps, size 2 good quality shot of peach schnapps, size 2 good quality shot of pear schnapps, or size 1 good quality shot of rotgut. The whiskey bed gives 1 booze from the set: size 3 decent quality lumbering jack, size 3 good quality old fashioned, size 3 decent quality whiskey and cola, size 3 decent quality whiskey and soda, size 3 good quality whiskey bittersweet, or size 3 decent quality whiskey sour. Half of the whiskey bed drinks can be crafted into better quality versions with the Disco Bandit skill Advanced Cocktail Crafting. The Kegerator gives the new size 2 awesome quality pint of Leprechaun Stout. This makes the Kegerator the option with the highest quality booze out of the dual-use furniture. The Kegerator's size 2 pints of Leprechaun Stout will also fill your liver more quickly than the single-purpose fully stocked wet bar with its mix of size 1 and size 2 awesome quality drinks. Exercise can be addressed with the gigantic chess set found in an octopus's garden in the sea, cupcake treadmill, ultra dance karaoke machine found in Pandemonium's Infernal Rackets backstage, padded weight bench, and beer pong table. The gigantic chess set gives 10 adventures of the effect Work Out Smarter, Not Harder for an additional 20 muscle, 20 weapon damage, and 50% maximum hit points. The cupcake treadmill gives 10 adventures of the effect Your Days Are Numbed for an additional 5 pounds of familiar weight and 5 familiar experience per combat, making it the 4th best effect in the game for increasing familiar experience. The Ultra Dance Karaoke Machine gives 10 adventures of the effect Vicarious Sweat for an additional 30 maximum hit points and 15% item drops from monsters. The Padded Weight Bench gives 20 adventures of the effect Gym Bros for an additional muscle stat each fight and 20% muscle. This is the same effect as the single-purpose Buckets of Concrete, though the duration is doubled from 10 to 20 adventures. The beer pong table gives the new combat item Table Tennis Ball, which can be used to de-level an enemy by 25%. The cupcake treadmill's effect will likely be most useful unless you struggle with item drops or surviving combat. Mental stimulation can be addressed by the gigantic chess set, programmable blender, sous vide laboratory, sensory deprivation tank, and internet-connected laptop found in the hidden office building. The gigantic chess set gives 20 adventures of the effect Well Stimulated for an additional mysticality stat each fight and 20% mysticality. This is the same effect as a single-purpose thrift shop oil painting, though the duration is doubled from 10 to 20 adventures. The programmable blender and sous vide laboratory both give 10 adventures of the effect Counterintelligence for an additional 30 maximum mana points and 30% meat from monsters. The sensory deprivation tank gives 10 adventures of the effect Alone with Your Thoughts for an additional 20 each to mysticality and spell damage, and 50% to maximum mana points. The internet-connected laptop gives the usable item crafting plans, which can be used for one free adventure of crafting. Crafting plans are likely the most useful of the choices, especially in Avatar Special Challenge Paths without access to free crafting skills, though there are niche uses for all of the effects. Dumb entertainment can be addressed with the internet-connected laptop, man cave bar set, ultra dance karaoke machine, couch and flat screen, and fruit smashing robot. The internet-connected laptop gives 20 adventures of the effect Wasting Time for an additional Moxie stat per fight and 20% Moxie. This is the same effect as from the single-purpose boxes of old comic books, though the duration is doubled from 10 to 20 adventures. The Man Cave bar set gives the new combat item Bar Dart, which can be used to cause an enemy between 25 and 35 damage, and increase booze drops for the fight by 200%. Both the Ultra Dance Karaoke Machine and Couch and Flat Screen give 10 adventures of the effect Your Days Are Numbed for an additional 5 pounds of familiar weight and 5 familiar experience per combat. If the Cupcake Treadmill is also used for exercise, you can keep the effect active for 20 of every 30 combat adventures. The Fruit Smashing Robot gives 10 adventures of the effect You Might Have Gotten Wet for an additional 20 each to Moxie and ranged damage and 10 damage reduction. The Ultra Dance Karaoke Machine or Couch and Flat Screen are the best dumb entertainment furniture choices because familiar weight and experience is so versatile. Optimizing your Leprecondo's furniture is a puzzle with a different answer for every situation. If you want to prioritize familiar experience, then the Kegerator, Cupcake Treadmill, internet-connected laptop, and Couch and Flat Screen satisfy all of your Leprechaun's needs. If you want to prioritize the Banish and Copy Spleen items for standard ascensions, then the high-end workout system, Ultimate Retro Game Console, Kegerator, and Sensory Deprivation Tank satisfy all of your Leprechaun's needs. Try different combinations to find what works best for your playstyle. So how does the Assemble It Yourself Leprecondo measure up? Once you have the right furniture in place, you gain all the benefits from the Leprecondo just by adventuring. You cannot receive epic quality food or booze, and many are decent or crappy quality, limiting adventure gain. The Spleen items are useful under standard restrictions, but not if you have access to the mall or other Mr. Source Spleen items from years past. With the effect Your Days Are Numbed, you can gain familiar experience fast, though you'll need to be careful not to use the effect up on non-combat adventures. I rate the Assemble It Yourself Leprecondo 2 out of 5 stars for quality of life. Item farmers can auto-sell items given by the Leprecondo, and those who own the Mr. Store Grey Goose can use the familiar experience buff to duplicate more items. The counterintelligence meat buff is too small and limited in duration to be impactful. I rate the Leprecondo 1 out of 5 stars for farming. Some of the furniture can help with PvP minigame scores, such as the 4-poster beds effect Spacious Night's Sleep for an additional 100% combat initiative for the Showing Initiative minigame. I rate the Assemble It Yourself Leprecondo 2 out of 5 stars for PvP. Additional familiar experience, copies, banishes, and low-effort diet options each save a few adventures. I rate the Leprecondo 3 out of 5 stars for speedruns. I hope this helps you decide if you should pick one up.